Nearly half of Iowa's counties have rejected new doses of COVID-19 vaccine because of a lack of demand, according to state leaders. Today, the state reported 43 of Iowa's 99 counties declined additional shipments of the vaccines.
Well, demand for the vaccine is slowing down in North Idaho. Just like Washington, there are a lot of appointments still available.
And it seems like there are plenty of available doses to go around here in Arizona. State officials announcing nearly 30,000 vaccine appointments are open and unfilled.
Team 12's Josh Sanders spoke with public health officials in rural Arizona who say the open appointments could mean the demand for the vaccine is starting to slow down.
The supply is starting to reach the initial demand.
As of Tuesday, 80% of appointments remained available at the University of Arizona's Tucson site. 30,000 open across the state. But why the drop-off? Not just in Maricopa and Pima County, but in rural counties.
Everybody has just slowed down. I honestly feel that the people who really want to get these vaccines have been taken care of.
We've reached a point where most everyone who wants the vaccine has already gotten at least one dose.
And now that Alabama is consistently getting more doses, it seems supply is starting to outweigh demand in some areas.
Canada is getting a big vaccine boost from the U.S. The White House says it will lend Canada 1.5 million doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. In January, Ontario Premier Doug Ford appealed directly to U.S. President Joe Biden to send vaccines to Canada. Today, he's grateful our neighbors are willing to help.
Well, God bless America. They're coming to our rescue. Thank God. I've been bugging Trump. I've been bugging Biden, all of them. They must get sick of Doug Ford.
But just days after Health Canada gave its seal of approval, signaling it was safe and effective in all age groups, Canada's National Advisory Committee on Immunization was preparing to publish a surprising recommendation. NACI does not recommend the use of this vaccine in individuals 65 years of age and older.
We begin with more uncertainty about the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, which Canada is relying on to speed up the COVID-19 vaccine rollout. The National Advisory Committee on Immunization now recommends that the AstraZeneca shot not be given to people under the age of 55.
A local pharmacist is calling on more people to get vaccinated after worries that she'll be forced to waste doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine. It comes as Canada's health minister clarifies that the vaccine has been approved by Health Canada for use by anyone over the age of 18, and it's up to the province to make its own decision. As Manisa Danabalan tells us, the Ontario Pharmacists Association is seeing a decline in demand for AstraZeneca in the past week.
Kathleen Leach is frustrated that enough people aren't signing up to get the AstraZeneca vaccine, even though she has available appointments.
Even though we are closed, I decided that vaccination was more important than sitting at home. And so I opened up a 16-appointment window for me to come down this morning and vaccinate people, and I had exactly 2 people show up.
She had to open a bottle for just 2 doses today, and the rest is just sitting in the fridge.
Once you puncture the vial, which holds 10 doses, you have, if it's kept in a refrigerator, you have up to 48 hours to use those 10 doses prior to it spoiling.
What you continue to hear is this prevailing lack of trust in the government. This isn't just a 2021 thing or a coronavirus vaccine thing, but this is a mounting, ever-growing distrust in the government at large.
Good evening. Calls for Doug Ford to resign grow after a tumultuous weekend in Ontario politics. This is a government facing its biggest crisis since the pandemic began, and it is scrambling to do damage control.
I am calling on Doug Ford to do the honorable and right thing, to recognize his own limitations and to resign.
Look, the province is going to a hell in a handbasket.
The Ford government quickly backtracked on Saturday, less than 24 hours after announcing playgrounds would be closed and police would be able to randomly stop anyone who left their home. Police forces openly refused to follow the directive, and parents were furious.
And the decision-making process is not working.
Doug Ford was a no-show in the legislature today. Communication was not the core of the issue. It was the very decision the government announced that was the problem. Today, the health minister said they were listening to medical experts.
Laws and public health powers that can quarantine people in mandatory settings. It's potential you could track people, put bracelets on their arms, have police and other setups to ensure quarantine is undertaken.
The
Ford government today took a hit in an Abacus poll just released that found his pandemic approval has dropped to just 34%. And more bad news, the government will have to navigate. In a statement, Ford announced they have been told to prepare for delays to 2 AstraZeneca shipments, which it said would be devastating to its rollout.